it's just a blessing too, because I always think about it bigger, right? Humble beginnings, right? But what about that next company, the next black boy or black girl?
Shout out.
Got something that they want to do. And then now, because we did it right, they get the opportunity. They don't get shunned that because they couldn't somebody else didn't deliver. You know what I'm saying? So it's always that weight that's on me sometimes. And I don't, but it's like, you can't fuck this up because you're fucking it up deeper than you.
Hey, welcome to the show. I gotta let you know. It's 100 at the door.
Let's get it, man. We in the building. Yeah, I did a little clap, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like my own director. We in the building, man. What episode is this, Torn?
9.
Is it? Oh, he got it. I know it is.
I don't know the real number, but I know in the seasons we in 9.
We at 145.
I said
season
145 last week.
No, season 4.
Season 4. Episode 9.
9, yeah.
We're here.
Episode overall 145, man.
Okay.
We in the building. It's your boy Cam Will. Got my boy Mike back in the building. Everybody missed you, brother. Show not the same without you, but you're back. Twan in the building as usual. We got JD in the cut. He back. We was working with a skeleton crew. We was like the replacements out here, bro.
We were not
but
the replacements.
With no replacements, though. It was just me. It was me and Twan.
We was holding it down.
We held it down.
Shout out.
Type. That's why I was just like, I was in that, like, you know what, Braun with Della Dover.
Hey, just get it done. That's it.
You feel me? That's the
Kobe
mode
with
I
Smush
was in.
Parker.
No, you not Smush.
I didn't say I was Smush.
Oh, I ain't know. Okay,
I just
didn't
said he was on the team. I ain't know. I'm not Della Dover neither. So what you saying? The fuck? I don't know where you going with this, my
Hey,
nigga.
maybe I'm just being disrespectful all around. Let me chill out. We got a special guest in the building, but first, before we get to the special guest, we got to get into our moment of silence. Shh, Twan, be quiet. Shh. Moment of silence.
Fucking Della Dover.
He's pissed.
Moment of silence, man, to our social media, man. Make sure you tap in with us, Wildcard Sports, Wildcard TV on YouTube. HasBeens Pod on all social media, Wildcard Sports on all social media. We're going through a rebrand, but we're not shutting down. It's like gonna be like Elon, he just switching shit.
I don't fuck with the X.
I don't know.
Mid-stroke.
I look like I got a porno app on my phone now.
Right.
Not an app.
It's Twitter, bro. There's porn on there.
Nah, I told Elon when Elon first took it over, it was hella porn. I had to tweet. It's not for me no more. I had to tweet. I said Elon.
That's what I've been teaching you about the algorithm.
For the For You shit, I said Elon. Enough is enough, my nigga. Like, I love a good titty too, but shit. Every morning I wake up and see some wild shit, and I don't need to wake up to that. And he got rid of it, so I appreciate that.
I had a good effect on Twan. He cares about his algorithm. He
No,
really
no,
does.
no.
You do care about your algorithm.
I just have different personalities for different apps. Instagram is still what it is.
I mean, that is what it is.
Yeah,
but you
it's
still care
double
about
tap
your
shit.
algorithm.
Of course. I just, per app, I keep it right.
I've been putting people on game about protecting your algorithm.
Oh, you got to.
You got to protect your algorithm because you are your algorithm. I want you to know that.
And then what you take in too.
That's fact.
I can't hear you. I got these. I'm the worst person to talk to right now.
Introduce Donald, bro.
Huh?
Introduce the guest, man.
Oh.
We got on the show, man.
Hey, damn, we got the guest.
We still good.
This nigga introducing himself.
No,
You like that being on your neck?
I hate it. I hate this.
Why can't you turn it around then?
Oh.
That's it.
All right, moment of silence to our social media. Moment of silence to me. Tap in with us, HasBeens Podcast. Wildcard TV on YouTube. I'm being rushed. I feel under pressure. Moment of silence. All right, we're here. Introducing our special guest, man. I just can't. Yeah, I can't play it, man. I just don't feel like going through this. Like when I think about like stuff I'm gonna do, I just don't want to go through the editing of like doing it. But once we
That's how I
find
feel.
what I need it. I can't hear for real, but I need an editing song. But let's get back to my dog Donald. We got Donald Jumper in the building, but that's not it. That's not it. I'm just getting my stuff together. I got to tell people who you are, man.
Okay.
Because you are ATL's finest. You ATL to the core, man.
I appreciate
This deeper than Skiggy, man. Obviously, we on Skiggy tour, so our fans expect Skiggy right now. We putting Skiggy on the map right now. So we already understand that. But this guy right here is Atlanta to the core too, man. And that's another big demographic of our listenership is the city of Atlanta, because, you know, I can actually check the algorithm and show me who will be checking our shit out. And Atlanta's fucking with us.
That's right, man. ATL,
so I want ATL to know that this is one of their own, born and bred.
That's right.
Grady, baby.
Oh, that's right, Grady.
Grady, baby. Tri-Cities high.
Okay.
Come on, you Tri-City. You heard of Tri-City?
I have no idea.
Real Atlanta.
Okay.
Real Atlanta folks know who Tri-Cities right now.
That's right, yeah. Oh, yeah.
CEO of Humble Beginners. Okay. Former chief of staff of the Atlanta City Council. District 10, man, right here, man, where Area 24 located, man.
That's it.
Y'all just found out, man. We always kept the location of Area 24 in the raps, man. District 10, man, Atlanta, man. That's where we at. Mm-hmm. Come fuck with us. You know what I mean? But we got Donald jumping. Oh, Tuskegee legend, by the way.
Love, bro. Love.
Come on, we got some flowers for you later on in the show, man. But we got Donald in the building, man. Make sure we get some hand claps for Donald. I ain't shooting no guns today, man. We in a peaceful mood today, Twan. I'm sure you appreciate that.
P gonna appreciate that this week.
Yeah. P gonna appreciate that this week. But we gonna get straight into it, man, because we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot on the board today. Let's talk about Donald Jumper, man. Get straight into it. Start from the beginning, man. You sitting pretty close to where you started, right?
Right.
Atlanta, Georgia. Hold on. Let me get you right. Something's happening. Say something.
Yeah.
We good?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Okay, so we got down. Yeah. Atlanta, Georgia, East Point to be exact.
Right.
Talk to us about your upbringing in Atlanta and kind of how it impacted you just kind of growing up.
Man, so growing up in the A was everything for me, man. You talk about going to Tri-Cities, coming out of East Point. You learn how to do a lot with a little, so my mother, man, she was big on us, making good grades, but, at East Point, man, Paul D. West Tri-City was a fashion show. So, you want to come to school fresh, man. You want to come to school clean, get that best dress, all that good stuff, man. But Atlanta made me who I am today, right? I had a lot of brothers growing up. We still, close to this day and everything. But, the city of Atlanta, just what it stands for and what it molds you. And that's how Humble Beginnings came about, as far as that upbringing, that passion, and really just being proudful about where you come from. And so, you go to Tri-Cities, you're looking at people on the wall like Escape, Outkast, Big Boy, you know what I'm saying? Big Gip, all those people that came through the building and stuff like that and came through your city. It's hard not to be proudful of that. It's hard not to take ownership in that.
So you just felt a big pride in the city growing up. You really, because I learned through Mike. I'm not taking shots at you today, but I'm going to get my shots off. I learned through Mike that everybody ain't from Atlanta.
That's true.
So that I learned through people like you that
that was an unnecessary shot.
No, it's not.
That was unnecessary.
Mike not from Atlanta.
I caught a stray.
He caught a stray, but when people really from the real workings of this places that Martin can reach, Mike.
Hey man, we didn't have no Martin out there.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Right. Places that Martin can reach.
We ain't had no Martin out there.
So you got the Amarettas of the world that say, East Point, not Atlanta, and it's not. And so that's like a thing to where in text of like College Park, East Point, these are cities of themselves. You know what I'm saying? And they got legends. Shit, 2 Chainz. Who gonna say 2 Chainz not Atlanta? Who gonna say Outkast not Atlanta? You take the accolades Outkast got. Shit, what is Atlanta?
Michael,
I'm Atlanta.
Right.
I surrender.
You know what I'm
Mike.
saying?
I wish I had a white flag.
I mean, and she know that, but I'll say this: when you talk about those people from those, like that, shit, who do more work? Who do more stumping in Atlanta than some of these other people from these surrounding, cities
That's
like
a
Decatur and stuff like that.
So the Migos they from Atlanta.
They from Gwinnett.
No.
No.
You gotta respect the greater area of the city, but it ain't just the inner cities. You know what I'm saying?
Like T.I. really, like he Bankhead, Shawty Low Bankhead.
Facts.
Shout out to the Flame.
21 Savage knew that I don't know what side of Moreland they on. Because it depends on what side of Moreland you on.
He far east side.
That's right. He
Across
is
the
from
pond.
London, UK. That shit Mike was listening earlier. But real talk, like Atlanta going east, once you hit Moreland,
it's over with.
and a lot of them dudes who from like Decatur, deep Decatur, because that Welcome to East Atlanta sign right there on Moreland.
Right.
A lot of people take pictures of that sign, but they live down on Candler Road or something.
Hey, Gucci Candler Road, man. Don't do that.
But that, according to Amaretta, that ain't Atlanta.
Amaretta's. I'm sure
obviously
she's not the spokesperson. I'm not from Atlanta, but I'm sure she's not the spokesperson for the whole area.
She not right. Atlanta can. I mean, Donald can sign off on anything Atlanta today. We have an Atlanta spokesperson in the building today. We got all types of credibility.
About not Atlanta and shot a video at Truist Park.
Right.
Truist Park is not Atlanta.
Right.
Nobody fuck with Cobb County.
Definitely not.
That is where my favorite Costco at, though.
For real.
I'm sick of you, bro.
That Costco go crazy out there at Cumberland Mall, man. I'm just saying, boy.
And Papados too, by the way.
Hey, that's facts.
Papados.
Because the
That's big
Papados
facts.
in Gwinnett trash.
Yeah, it looked trash when you drove by it on Saturday. I said, I never go to this.
Oh,
place,
yeah.
boy. I never go to this.
Not this
Jimmy Carter. I
Not
ain't
this
going up there.
location. Yeah, not this location. But back to Donald, man. Humble, but hold on, Mike. What you want to start at? You want to start? Let's
Go whichever way.
No,
man.
let's start real upstanding first.
Okay.
I want to start the show off with a good upstanding vibe because the back of this show is gonna be some shit.
Okay, let's go. Keep it clean.
City council, man, and this is something that's near and dear to my heart, actually. I'm a firm believer in you were the chief of staff
Yes, sir.
on the Atlanta City Council District 10.
Yep.
Which is like kind of west side, a little bit of that southwest, a lot bit of the southwest, right, and a little bit of the northwest.
Right. Yeah, you're right. So really, Southwest Atlanta, everything from MLK to where we are. This is like let's call our southern tip, Westview, right here, RDA. We would go all the way up, right to at the tip like Bankhead.
Right.
So yeah.
You teaching me something because I not being from here, I think Atlanta is organized by the police zones. Everybody talk about the zones and shit.
Well, it's one set of organizations, the zones, but it's up, So yeah, you're out. You got your zones, but then you got your neighborhoods. But if you look at it like the Atlanta's gonna look at you, we'll probably look at you from an MPU. So every set of neighborhoods is within the MPU. And shout out to Maynard Jackson, he created the MPU system.
Okay, learning today.
I'm telling you, I told
man,
you.
teach me the city, man.
That's why I said let's start here before we get, because there's no way we're gonna be able to pull back after we get on
Out
the
of
board.
town.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So, City Council, District 10, that's Southwest Atlanta. I did some research this week, Tony.
So he dropping them.
District 10, I want you to know who run District 10, though. Her name is Andrea Boone, right?
That's right.
Get what? Get what school she went to, y'all?
Where's she from?
Tuskegee University.
Okay.
Come on, Donald. I did my work out here.
He did some research.
Come on now. She also a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority. I got to shout out that because my soon-to-be wife is AK.
I'm a private investigator.
We gonna get on the K's a little later. K's ain't gonna be fucking with me by the end of the show. And thank God she know I'm gonna go after the K's any chance I get. But because I'm a troll sometimes at heart, man. But yeah, no, she's a Andrea Boone, and she's also got another gem.
What's up?
Daughter.
Yep.
Of Joseph E. Boone, man.
Yep.
And if you from the Southwest like me, you real Atlanta like me, you know Boone right around the corner, man. It's a street named after her father, man, in Atlanta.
Yep.
So she really cares about Atlanta, and that steers me right into what I need to talk to you about today because
For sure.
I sat on this show, we 145 episodes into it, and I talk to people all the time.
Okay.
And I'm like, man, I don't give a fuck about Donald Trump. I don't give a fuck about who the president is.
Right.
I gave a fuck when I was in the Army because they make you give a fuck. But, man, I got the Army. I don't give a fuck because I know that I watch white people build their communities through within.
Facts.
And they make their rules from within.
Facts.
And if you look at how the country was built, yeah, the nation got kind of like some power.
Yeah.
But they gave, the states, they fought the Civil War to kind of have their own representation. You feel me? So the lower government actually does more for your everyday life than the federal government. So it's really, really near and dear to my heart to know that, one, shout out to you for actually participating, putting that work into the community you grew up in.
Appreciate it, bro.
That's a big deal. So that people don't do that, bro. That's how people are able to come in, buy your community back from you and shit like that. And that's why you can go into other people's communities and you don't see Walmart. And these other people I'm talking about are white folks. because they built the country. I'm lit. I'm lit.
To be honest,
I'm lit. But that's why you don't see Walmarts in these communities. That's why you don't see a lot of chain restaurants or chain companies. And when you do, they're high echelon, top quality companies. You feel me?
Right.
And this is all started by a city council. And I learned this. I forget the professor name, and I swear to God, I wish that I knew this professor name. I learned this at Tuskegee.
Yeah.
But he told me, he said, go look at your communities.
Yeah.
See, I mean dollar stores, I mean liquor stores, I mean this, I mean that. You see how many companies you see that nobody that looks like you own.
Right.
And then you go into their community and look at all those companies and get one thing. I mean, they always got this company in common. But like the mind pops, like those people allow their people to grow within their communities, and they don't allow people to come in and take their dollar out of their community. And once I had that, I had like a revelation, like, shit. It's crazy. Every city you go to, it's just like that. Mm-hmm. And being in the city council and things of that sort is how you control what comes in and out of your community. Right. Damn, who voting for the president, who on the docket for your city council, and I'm talking too much right now. Let's get back to you.
You preaching though.
No, I don't want to preach it. I want you to preach for us today. Yeah. That's why we got you here. Okay. Because I want you to explain to people, that's my first question, how can the community get involved in decision-making and local issues? Because I feel like that's the root of what city council all about, right?
I mean, at the core of what city council is about is, like you said, is legislation, and is legislating what you want to see and the impact you want to have in your community, right? So as you said, when you look around and you see businesses and you want like more eateries, for example, shouts out to the mayor, Andre Dickens. He just brought another grocery store to right southeast Atlanta, like right when you cross over, right going into 20. They just put a Publix right there. Right. But and trying to get more on the west side, right?
Over that Memorial and stuff.
Yeah, Memorial. That's what that one is. We're trying to get some more stuff in MLK. But to your point, you gotta like voice that stuff, right? So you talk about the everyday person. Hey, write your legislators, call them, and let them know. Hey, we need some more, just call it better class. Food eateries, but that's the impact that you want to have. So you want to be able to, communicate to the legislators, and it's their job to actually go in and say, hey, you know what, we, sometimes we got too many gas stations. We don't need another liquor store. I know we love the liquor, right? Yeah. That's how everyone, but hey, because she not big on the liquor, but and a lot of people not. It's just, but yeah. Sometimes we got too many liquor stores. You know what I'm saying? You don't need one on every corner. You don't need a gas station on every corner. You need some healthy foods. So you got to be about that. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying here, and even saying it to y'all, sometimes it's not the most popular opinion. But we were just talking about some deep stuff earlier. We were talking about eating healthy, right? And as you get 35 plus, you want to eat the right foods. You want to drink the right drinks. Well, you want to have that in your backyard.
Right. You don't want to have to travel far to get it.
To get that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about, man.
You need more than the churches and Popeyes and shit.
That's all it is. God, yeah. And the Checkers and I love that shit, man.
My nigga, can I get a smoothie?
Huh? I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And you can look at Tuskegee and the ecosystem, and it's like you got a few businesses that flourish.
Yeah.
But yeah, you gotta have the options. Like you gotta give people those options. Like I remember like introducing my mom to avocado. It was like she was just so against it because she never had it.
A good avocado sandwich? Oh my God.
You feel me? But now my mama love avocado. And you feel me? If she would have grew up, just having that as an option, life change. You feel me? It really changed the decision you make at such an early age. First food I ever gave my son was a puree avocado, and he loves it.
They gonna think they clone Tyrone because we talking about this healthy avocado.
Yeah.
not no black men talking about avocado toast.
Right, but that's what it's about, and you watch because I don't want to be like them, right? But I want the longevity, I want the power that they
ain't about them all the time.
Yeah, it's not.
It's about us.
It's about us. Healthy living is for everybody.
But you see when you look on the other side, you do see it. You because that's where I get. I'm like, damn,
right?
They really out here living. You feel me? And we not. And it's like you gotta you do have to answer those questions.
Oh man, you should.
Or you not gonna ever be able to go to the right people and ask for the right thing. So you do got to look at what you want in life. And I'm not saying that I want to be them, but unfortunately, I do want to live long. I do want to be healthy. I do want to be happy. I do want to have a lot of nice shit. Right. I do not want to worry. And I watch people like, and
I don't want to drive an hour for it.
Right. Thank you. You feel me?
In your backyard, like you said.
Right. Because I now, and I'm more passionate about it because I live here now, so I live it every day.
Yep.
Everything that I want, I got to leave here to get. And everything I want to do is bring it here. You feel me? It's you gotta look at the other side, bro, or you really just not gonna you're not gonna know what to ask for, bro.
How you feel about gentrification?
That it's on the docket. It's on the docket. Let's get on down a little more. So what is because I think just the district you work in speaks to kind of the people we talk to.
Oh yeah.
What were kind of some of the initiatives y'all worked on to kind of help out the district you work in?
Man, so we, like you said, we're in Westview, tons of stuff, man. So when you talk about Councilmember Boone and what she does for the people and what she does for the community, man, it's endless. And it does go back, like you said, to her father. So it does go back to Joseph B. Boone, which does work hand in hand with Martin Luther King, right? She's a daughter of the Civil Rights Movement. So, when you talk about caring about the people, I mean, and this is, me coming from, from the city, and I, seeing them every day. But her level of care and her level of concern is deep, So, you start with just, hey, at the, COVID, for example, right? You wouldn't imagine how many people went hungry, right? How many people to this day with inflation and COVID still can't put meals on the table. So it goes to feeding the people monthly, right? Giving them a meat, giving them a dairy, giving them bread every month. Right? But on a deeper note, keeping the communities clean. So it's riding through community after community and just saying, hey, we got to fix this. We got to fix that. We got to do this. Then it goes deeper than that, right? It's about getting your streets right. So, do you have enough stop signs? You got good roads. You got good pavement. You got good, all of that stuff. So when you talk about the quality, that's what we're talking about, quality of life. When you talk about the quality of life in Atlanta and in District 10, I mean, yeah, it's better, it's better on par with other parts of Atlanta, but that's because of the work. You know what I'm saying? But like, nobody can question the level of care that she has for the community and the district and the work she does. So you're talking about infrastructure, you're talking about providing for your seniors, providing for those that don't have, and then making it affordable to live here, right? And that's what the mayor's doing. The mayor's trying to make sure that everybody that lives here can stay here, right? You don't wake up tomorrow and your taxes go up, and grandma can't afford her taxes in Colony Heights, right? So all of that stuff works hand in hand to because we young, we up and coming, right? Mm-hmm. You get into the money. Everybody get, but as we get older, sometimes the next up and coming in. You want to be able to stay in your house. So you got to legislate that. You got to make sure that, you're able to stay in your house and you control that. So that's a lot of stuff that she's doing in hands with the mayor, in hands with the city council as a whole. And it's a lot of work to do.
What made you get into being a councilman? What drew that passion as far as going that direction after leaving Tuskegee or just in general?
So working in government, let's say like you said, Tuskegee, and coming out, I was a poli-sci major. So coming out of poli-sci, you really don't have too many choices. Law school, going to politics, whatever. And so I was fortunate enough to intern at that point with the DA's office under Paul Howard. And it's just a phenomenal internship, man. It was one of those old school internships where you intern and ain't making no money, right? So literally, I'm coming to school, I'm coming to work, I'm coming to school in a suit on and staying at like 8 o'clock at p.m. because they working us, in a good way. It ain't slaves, but you learning, right? And then you leave and you like, man, I learned so much, but I'm broke. You know what I'm saying?
I'm hungry, nigga, like shit.
Nothing to show for it. Nothing to show.
But I completed the internship, did such a good job. The very last day, one of the DAs walked me over to, at that time, Felicia Moore, who was over at District 9. She was a council member for District 9. He's like, look, we got this awesome, intern. And we couldn't pay him nothing, but he's good. He's a hard worker. And boom, she introduced me to her. I worked with her for about 6-7 years. And then from there, I became one of the youngest chief of staffs on the floor in city council. And then when I went over to Councilmember Boone. So, I started as an intern, worked my way up, learned the system, and just been fortunate enough to really come in at a time where, your baby boomers were still present and like teaching you, quote unquote, the old way. and then also learning the new way, right?
Right.
It hit me one day when I was like, yo, I remember we was getting paper checks. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It was crazy. Right. You know what I'm saying? I remember we was getting paper checks on Friday.
Right.
You know, now you wake up to a direct deposit. So, I mean, not old, but came in through a new,
it's a different era.
Yeah,
so, because I want to ask a question now that you mentioned that, how is that? Because we struggle with that as a society, is bridging that gap with that baby boomer, because a lot of them baby boomers are civil rights people.
Right, facts.
With us who have benefited from the work they've done,
right,
and now we're trying to push it forward, and it don't necessarily make sense. You know what I mean?
Right.
To what they used to see it as. How is that? Because I'm sure you dealt with a lot of that, and especially because you say part of the job is keeping the seniors in the area, but you want to also circulate that energy. You know what I mean? So how is that?
Man, I would say, and this is just me, I think just talk to them, man. When you communicate to them and they tell you the issues and you learn from them, for example, like in the job, you got people that do it the old way. The old way may take a little longer. It may not be the way that you want to do it, but it gets the job done. You know what I'm saying? And you say, okay, you know what? You want to do it this way, but we got all this technology over here. You know what? For the sake, let's just do it the old way, and you learn it, and then boom. Now, how does that antiquate to that constituent is, the constituents are, they want the very basic quality of life, right? You just talked to me about, you want the trees trimmed on the street. You want to get your trash picked up. You know what I'm saying? You don't want no potholes in your streets. Just give me the basic qualities of life, right? And you learn that, and then once you get that, it's not rocket science. So, but you gotta listen. You know what I'm saying? You gotta listen to hear them and to comprehend and to know what they're talking about, know what they're asking for. And don't assume you know what they need. And from there, you're good.
And then how do you equate that to this new Atlanta? Because we got a whole different ball game out here. And we got, and I appreciate the different thinkers because they push the culture forward.
Yeah.
How do you listen to them and make sure you implement them and make sure they also incorporate it into what Atlanta look like 10 years from now?
Yeah, man, and that's the tricky one, right? Because the new Atlanta is, are they coming out to the meetings? Are they writing the council members? Are they writing the state reps? Are they communicating? They may be the person to just put it on social media, put it in a tweet, put it on Facebook, and then they think, okay, I got it out, right? I mean, to what ears, right? I mean, so you really have to communicate to the proper person, right? What's that? I need you to go through the proper channels. You know what I'm saying? Right. You almost got to do what your boy said in that old Cash Money. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, seriously, though, you really do want to get your concerns heard by the person that can actually make a change. And it's not complicated, right? You have a good, system in Atlanta where you got the leadership that's ready to listen, that's ready to take in the concerns, but you got to voice it. They got to. Right. I would say they need to voice it to the proper ears, and then that can get it done. But just simply putting it on Facebook sometimes may be good, and like they got places on Facebook you can write your comments. But I would say call it in. It's still the regular thing.
Just getting involved. Yeah, just getting involved.
Right. That's right.
And that's what me personally. I don't care what nobody else thinks. I mean, obviously you echoing it, but I wouldn't care if you did. Because I feel like you got to be involved in where you at. You got to care about where you at. And I learned that through growing up. Like I watched my dad come through and it's like giving a fuck it's infectious. Giving a fuck is infectious.
Yeah.
Like coming out, no cap. Like I come out here and I get on my yard and then get on my grind. I just watch the people around me get on their grind.
Yeah.
And then when you incorporate like the part about being able to kind of talking, it's like I don't look at myself here as above anybody. You feel me? So I'm very kind of understanding. I don't obviously you come in at this point, you kind of, everybody know how much the house costs in your area.
Right.
So when you come in, people know kind of how much money you got.
Right.
They know. Yeah. They already kind of expect you to be a certain way.
Right.
So I always wanted to make sure people knew I can meet them kind of where they are and just kind of be a good person. It's really infectious. So it just speaks to kind of what he say. Right. And so I really believed in it before I came over here, but I believe in it even more now being over here, how important that shit is. I just hope people listen to that and get with what you're saying and get more involved in, like you say, even tweeting, like complaining about presidents and stuff is like, what's going on around you? You feel me?
Message.
I had a what's up, JD?
You know what I hate?
What's up?
What's up?
The Twitter little dialogue that probably more on Twitter, more than on Twitter, but people like how much they hate the USA. Where the fuck you gonna go?
Yeah, where you gonna go?
Where you gonna go and you not like it and you say you hate it and just be okay?
Right, facts. Right.
Yeah, because they gonna want everything they got here.
No,
You're locked up.
You're empowered to say you hate the USA because the USA
Gives you
empowers you
Right.
to speak how you feel.
I respect.
You think people in Dubai be like, no, I hate this shit. Okay.
Right, they out there. They go.
Niggas getting snatched
They
up.
they'll come over here and be like, "What you talking
Right,
about?"
they missing tomorrow.
So the problem is, it's just we gotta get that shit for ourselves that everybody else was talking about. You feel me?
Facts. Facts.
You know what I mean? That's just what it's about. And so speaking of also to what he asked, I want to make sure we get to it. I got it written down.
Yeah.
But gentrification.
Yeah.
Some people look at it as like, you know, an opportunity to get into, you know,
Yeah.
a up and coming area at a maybe lower price than you can get somewhere in the city. But for me, I look at it on the opposite end. I came over here like, obviously I want to financially make a good decision.
Right.
But I also want to come over here and secure what my people built. And I think that's what people don't understand what gentrification is.
Right.
Is they stripping that shit. I'm watching them rename
Ray
neighborhoods.
of Fagan, FaceTime video.
Fagan got to stop calling during pod times. People, my mama even know. Don't call me on Mondays. She already know what the fuck go down on Monday. You got to get your people under control. You the only person phone be just ringing off the hook on Monday evenings, bro.
Put on vibrate, my boy.
That too,
It was on
bro.
work mode, man. My fault.
It's all good, you know. We with the shit, but it's just a pride I think that people miss in the community because gentrification is. We talked about this outside too. It's a system.
Right.
They gonna always be projecting what they want. It's like, okay, this gonna be what we want. This gonna be what we want. How do we get that? Like you say, raise taxes, do different things, and push people who built this shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
My neighbor just passed away, but he been here since 1960 something. You feel me?
Right.
So when I moved in here, I'm like, man, fuck out of here. You feel me?
Right.
You look at the streets, I'm like, dog, he built this shit. You feel me? And people like him built this, and like it's like you say, really giving a fuck just means something, bro. It just it for me, it's just like I look at gentrification differently.
You got neighborhoods, like you just said, Westview, Collier Heights, you know, right off Mays, man, Cascade. All these neighborhoods and communities, right, were built by African Americans. You know, these are African American communities, right?
Beautiful to me.
Killer Mike was just talking about it not too long ago. Like, it's a place where, like, you see black lawyers, black doctors, you know what I'm saying?
Beautiful,
black
bro.
politicians, you know, never seen a white mayor. So with that being said, you know, these are communities that, you know, like, for example, I mean, where I live, Collier Heights, you know, MLK lived there. Webster from Different Strokes lived there. Jasmine Guy, you know, Kwame, Ralph David Abernathy. That's you know. So with that being said, man, we have to, and this is on us too. We have to understand that you don't got to get your dollar and move to Buckhead. You don't got to get your dollar and move to Midtown. You got good communities on the west side of Atlanta and southwest side of Atlanta that, you know, were built for you, you know, and built by you, right? And when I say built by you, literally like Tuskegee, black architects, right? This is back in the 60s, the 50s and stuff. They didn't want us everywhere else. So we said, look, we're going to do what we got to do. Herman Russell, you got some bricks. Okay, let's go get some bricks. Let's go set this up.
He was a brick mason. My neighbor was he told me built like, he talking about fire station. Bro, it was in, like, bro, dude was like, he had dementia, but like, he was a brick mason. He was talking about like how he built.
Put his mental.
I'm saying, I'm saying like he had dementia, but it was like
Straight
he
shot.
still like this. I'm not taking shots. I'm just saying he had dementia, but it was like he would tell me about like the things he built in this community. Like he still like no matter where his like mental was, he remembered like the stuff he built. That meant something to me. Like somebody with dementia. I didn't find out he had dementia until he died, but I'm saying somebody with dementia who remembers like iconic places they helped pave the bricks and like put the bricks on, bro. That shit, like, it really, like, hit me a different way. Like, he really loved and poured into this city and built this city, bro. And so it, like, gave me a different level of run. I'm really not talking shit. Like, like y'all be taking shots. I be adding, like, characters to the conversation. But, like, it really, like, adds that, like, definition to it. And just how do you feel about you already kind of led us on to it, but how do you feel about it and kind of just get more in depth of what we can do to combat that?
Man, so definitely, man, like just going off like just, the brand Humble Beginnings and what it represents and what we represent, our people, our achievements and our struggle, man, I'm all about empowering us as best as we can, right? And when I say empowering us, I mean like, financially, literacy, ownership, all of that. So with that being said, I can't be for nobody. I mean, you can't be for gentrification of losing your neighborhoods. But what you got to do is, or what we can do is, for one, help Black folks understand that the importance, I think we all know the importance of owning a home, but then also putting them on track to home ownership, right? So like getting certain programs, that can help them get on that path, whether they need that, financial literacy piece or get that loan, whatever it means. But, and also again, not moving to, McDonald's, Smyrna, Cobb, right? Actually moving into the communities that your people help create. And I can't stress that enough, right? But I can, say Donald Trump could never be for gentrification. I don't see one positive in it. But you get some new restaurants at the end, but you look around, all your neighbors gone, But
I don't think we can participate in gentrification though.
No, we can never. But we can.
We can participate in it should never happen. That's the real part about it.
I think it should happen, but I think we should be the ones doing it.
Yeah,
we can renew
but that's
our
not
own
gentrification. Then
Why
that's
is it not?
That's us doing what we supposed to do.
Buy back the block. That's right.
Yeah, that's what.
I think it's the same thing though. I
It
just think
is.
I think they call it gentrification, and it looks like it's not us doing it, but it's because we're not.
Oh no, it's not. That's why I say I think we separate because gentrification ain't led by us in this sense. The word gentrification is not a community-led word.
But that doesn't mean it's not what it means. We could still renew our neighborhood.
Absolutely, that's what we talking about.
We just got to get a part of that.
Huh? That's a question.
Yeah.
You buy back the block.
Mm-hmm.
You put all this money in the block.
Right.
You do all this stuff for the block.
Right.
Do you want ROI, or are you just gonna make everything, just financially? Just what's the word? When everyone can live in the same.
Affordable housing. Yeah.
Because if you build up the community, on the way down the block, it's just things that should be different. But if you tear that down, you build new stuff up, the tax is gonna raise. So,
but you kind of got a say in how they go.
If more stuff was around here, we're in a hell of a spot. That's a $500,000 house across the street.
Yeah, but it only happened. That's because that's what gentrification is. When you throw a bunch of stuff in at one time, the hike happens faster. If you get a park here, 5 years later you get an arena, it's just gonna gradually shift up. But it's going to. Inflation is a real thing and it happens across the nation. So it's normally if you you're gonna start making more, right? Then now, what gentrification? What the biggest hit is when you pass it down. It's like, so now your family member comes in and they don't have to deal with the mortgage, none of that. They just are keeping up with the taxes, and then now expanding upon that. So now they building their life on top of that. So now it's one house turning to 2 houses, turning to 3 houses, turning to 4 houses. So you see other families who in their family, they got 10, 12, 20 homes like this owned throughout the family, where in a Black household, it may be like we are some of like the only people in our families that own homes outside our parents.
That's a fact. But when you think about, some folks won't be able to afford it, period, bro, at all. So do you just want to make it affordable for everybody? Because if you leave something for your son, then he leaves something for his son, because you work and because your son worked and because his son is going to see that work. But there's people out here that want taxes to benefit them.
Right.
They want to work. So when they're not paying their bills and being removed from where they're going, it's not because the tax is raised. It's because, okay, this Section 8 house isn't Section 8 no more, because everything around this place is being developed for the better for the most part.
I'll let you handle that one, because I get what you're saying, but I don't.
It was a good idea, but it wasn't properly implemented. It shouldn't have been race. It should have been ideology.
It should have been class on that money. I get your logic on it. I get your logic, Shady. So with affordable housing, right? And so, or let's call it gentrification. We're starting in. So you got areas, right, where let's say in some countries where you would not know affordable housing is because it's in the middle of a high-end area, but that one portion of that building is affordable, right? So one thing that the mayor did like a while back, right, he was a council member, is, you know, if you're going to put this new building here, like 20% of it or 30% of it need to be affordable, right? So you don't know who that affordable person is. It's just, right, it's in there. You don't know who it is. So you got to kind of mix it up and provide. But the failure to mix it up, the failure to add them in, the failure to include them excludes them, right? So without including them, you don't get them a piece of that pie. So, you know, we have to make sure that these neighborhoods also, I mean, as much as we grow, right? White, black, Hispanic, whatever, we got to make sure everybody has the opportunity to live in the neighborhoods, right? You know, and whether that's affordable housing, whether that's tiny homes, whatever, right? You got to create an opportunity for them to do so at a rate that they can pay, right? Because other than that, it's going to be all rich people everywhere.
And that's why I think we need to participate in gentrification.
Absolutely.
We going to look out for our people.
I do not.
More than the other people.
I do not debate with
it has a bad stigma, but it's like, just because we haven't been participating, because we haven't had the opportunity to make the money in the past. Now we are making the money. Like you said, it's your parents that's homeowners. Now it's you. But you're just a start. Like, you're the second step. And these other races are generations in. So we're not out of it. It's just we're starting now. We got to keep it going so we can gentrify our own areas.
And you got to have the capital to come in.
I'm about to say.
That's what I'm saying. But we're at that point as black people where we're starting to have the capital on a broader level.
So here's where we are together. We are foot for foot with like the idea of like, hey, we are in charge of gentrifying our own neighborhood.
And that's where we should be.
But here's where I fall off here is because the idea that if you push somebody out, it's all about assets. Like when you think about people's net worth and like you say capital, like you have to have things to leverage that are valuable. You can't allow them to push you into places where they know is not of value. Like pushing you to Mableton away from all of the hospitals, all of these facilities, all of these things that make your life better, that land's not as valuable. So that's what is important to me is like, I want my people to own $1 million homes.
Right.
That's where Atlanta is going.
Right. Facts.
But I also have seen in my Amber's from St. Louis. I know people in St. Louis whose homes are not worth $100,000 and have been living there 20 plus years.
Wow. And
have seen $10,000. Right.
Leave.
And
leave.
They are allowed and then leave and then they beautiful and their architecture is so different. It's like brick homes and like you like beautiful people homes. Down south, you know, we siding ass people. Right. So like beautiful brick structures, bro, that's like built basements and they got all basements across the board and you like, I'm looking at like, damn.
Yeah.
People running from it and they come in, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
We gotta do that before we gotta pump the value of our own shit up.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's the key. It's like, it's not you got to pump the value of your area up, in my opinion. I don't know if I'm off key.
I don't disagree with you.
You spot on. I mean,
okay.
Like that would, I mean, that's, you know, that's deep because it's like ultimately creating a new system, right? Where, you know, and I ain't saying a new system. It's what they did when they made Collier Heights, when they made Westview, right? We need our own.
Your own system.
That's how black folks thinking about it like, damn, let's get our own. So you're right, and I think then you talk about your own grocery stores, your own, you know, everything that you need to make.
I love Publix, but it can't come over here. I need Twan grocery store over here.
My Publix is popping.
How was your parents?
We got a Publix in Cascade.
So late 60s, 69.
How was your parents?
Mid 50s, 56.
How was your parents?
50 and 60s.
How was your parents?
In their 50s.
Both my parents are my mom turned 60.
Shit.
August the 16th. We've only been able to vote since 65. So that's 58 years.
That's
right.
Context, right. That's context. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We just behind the gun, but we can get there.
Okay. That's a great perspective. 1960.
A lot of people the trajectory's changed.
Yeah.
Tremendously, but
We got to care more about what we live, though, bro. We got to care more about, and we going to get on Humble Beginnings because that's what it's about. We really have to care more about where we come from because we get a dollar bill and we want to go and live with white folks. It was like, I remember Amber was telling me we went riding through the, don't you like it? I'm like, it's nice.
Yeah, yeah.
But shit, them folks don't want me over here and I don't want to be over here.
Right.
Fuck them.
You buy this whole block. You make 30% affordable housing.
Yeah.
Those affordable housing people who don't really have to work to maintain that.
Right.
It's gonna be solid.
Tear it up. No, tear it up.
That's not. That's.
I don't think that's
a
necessarily
myth.
true.
That's a myth, JD. That comes with that.
West side of Birmingham,
West side.
where they tore down projects.
But we all let go ahead.
They tore down projects, built them up to like some nice shit that held probably a good 200 more people.
Right.
Put the same people back there. Build up all this stuff around, and it's a ghost town now because niggas didn't have to work for it, bro. If you, and I'm not a conservative as I'm.
Black people are conservatives for the most part, by the way.
We should be.
We are. They just think they vote liberal, but they're conservatives. But go on, no, get your point.
Long story less long is you have to have people to have a dog in the fight to worry about where they at.
Yeah.
And if we don't have a dog in the fight, niggas killing niggas on.
We got to know what fight we in, though. I think a lot of that just come from niggas not understanding what fight we in. Niggas is waking up every day and not understanding what they up against.
That's the system.
Yeah,
right?
That's the system. But
It's
it
built for us
is
to
the
do that.
system.
That's crab
You
in the
go
barrel
work
shit.
12, 13, 14, 15 hours. You ain't got time to even go. My I was raised by old people.
Yeah.
And I had, so 5, 6 o'clock, they retired. 5, 6 o'clock, they sitting at the 6 o'clock news checking it out.
Right.
5, 6 o'clock, my mom and daddy just getting off work.
Right.
You feel me? They don't know what the fuck going on in their community. It's real. That's the warfare niggas don't know going on.
Right.
They not telling you what's happening when you can consume it. Social media now allows us to get it every day, all day when we want it. So now we more aware. So we got to do better, bro. We know better.
It's education, bro.
Yeah, stop running out there buying 2,900 square feet of fucking lumber.
I don't know that we know better. I think we're learning better. But like he said, we ain't get the vote till 1958.
That's true.
It's a process.
That's true. I really got to wait. I'm going to wave the white flag on that
I
one.
never heard
You're
58. I never heard 58. But it's like, it's still a process. We have to learn this shit. And it's like, you're an example of us in the process of learning it. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Donald over here giving us gems. I've been learning shit sitting here. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. No disrespect. I don't want nobody who not with it right now to think that we on that type of vibe.
Because if you don't know, you don't know.
You're right. You don't know what you don't know.
That's facts.
But I'll just leave it at this. We got to go seek that knowledge. We can't continue to be complacent with having more than we had yesterday.
We can't hide the knowledge. We have to share.
I'm always talking about this shit.
Well, I mean, we coming from an era where it's niggas are. I'm still
the what's the word when you just go against the grain just to go against. I'm the contrarian in the group because I'm like, nah, dog, y'all tripping. Right. That's still where we at today. Yeah. I'm still the knowledge is there. It's still like because that's what I'm saying. Like the old like the teacher like it's fact now. We got to figure out how to incorporate some of that into some of the day. That's just I don't know how. That's why I asked you. I don't know how that works. Because I'm still the contrarian in the group. I'm like, no, I'm not contrarian. I'm like, bro, this is really happening.
You're smart in the group.
I don't want us to look at it like that either. But it is what it is.
No, he's the contrarian, my nigga. If just because you against everything don't mean that everything you right.
I'm not against everything, but even in the shit that makes me feel good, like because I be telling women to put their clothes on. It's like it benefits me, but they need to put their clothes on.
Who need to put their clothes on?
Women. Our women. I don't give a fuck what no other women do. But our women, put your clothes on, sell something other than your body. I'll tell you that all the time. We canceled the fucking show because they thought I was tripping. I'm like, no, I'm not being a contrarian. Right. I love all of that, but let's do something different. Yeah, I'm not being a contrarian. Hold on. Let's move on. We got a lot of show to get to. I ain't trying to cut you off, Twan, but I know where we going.
He's just taking it in the wrong direction. That didn't need to be the point. That's all.
You know I like to get my shit off.
You ain't got to attack our women.
So let's talk about humble beginnings.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about it. That's short. Do you like to call it a clothing brand? I like to address things properly.
Yeah, definitely it's clothing brand.
Okay, we got a clothing brand that's built around giving a I want some.
Nah, I say it's giving a fuck though.
Giving a
It's
fuck
caring.
about where you came from.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Embracing where you came from.
Yeah.
Talk to us about humble beginnings, where you got the idea from.
Yeah.
And kind of what drove you to bring that to fruition.
So we'll start with just the concept of, you know, like you said, caring about where you came from, right? We, you know, like JD just hit that. He just hit up. So west side of Birmingham, right? Appreciate it, bro. Love. So west side of Birmingham. I got the Birmingham jackets. So, you know, when you talk about actually, you know, coming from these areas that people, and let's say people, but they don't necessarily want us to take pride in, right? Because they more or less, you know, oh, that's where the black folks from, where the niggas from, right? So, you know, they don't want you to be prideful of that. But that is what made, you know, somebody go to Tuskegee and graduate. Somebody go to somewhere else, you know, Tennessee State, FAMU, whatever, any school, Harvard, Yale. And that's what equipped you with that same tenacity and that spirit to achieve and excel. And and like we like to say, that's that mold and that grit, you know, that made you who you are. So that's the core of humble beginnings, about being prideful of where you're from and repping where you're from. And for me, man, I had a denim jacket, and I had just thought about it. I said, dang, this denim jacket, okay, right? Regular little Levi denim jacket, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, you know, but what can I do to like enhance it? I always been a little creative with that. And I thought, man, put the chenille that you do on the varsity jackets on the back of the denim. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so, you know, it ended up being a hit. You know, here we are, thousands and thousands of jackets later. And, you know, it's good and people love it. But I'm going to tell you, nothing makes me prouder than when people tell me, you know, when I wear it, man, it give me the confidence to go in this room, you know, because I got my city on my back. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that city is behind you. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You always going to have that. He always got Birmingham behind him. You know what I'm saying? Your city, like, you know what I'm saying?
The city going to be behind you,
motherfucker. You know, so your city always going to support you. They're going to be proud of you no matter what you do. You know what I'm saying? So that's the core of humble beginnings, man.
That's lit. Hold on.
Yeah, that's right.
Let me get some hand claps for that. Going from gentrification right into that, I couldn't have wrote that up any better.
That's what it is.
It's about giving a fuck about where you come from, because for me, I mean, I'm never going, I talk about all the time, like who I was yesterday versus who I am today.
Right.
Who the person you met. I appreciate them conversations. I'm Cam badass in this phone. I used to be tripping, you feel me? Yeah. Versus now, I'm trying to do my own shit and put some other shit together.
We're not those guys.
Right.
But those guys are what created us to who we are now.
And I don't run from none of that.
There you go.
I ain't.
Let me step on this real quick.
Step on the shit.
Your name is Cam Badass because it was your Twitter name. I wasn't calling you a badass nigga.
No, not like badass like I was tough.
Oh, man.
No.
Go badass Cam.
I never been tough, but. Yeah, okay. But no, I did. But a lot of people came up to me and like this is like not like scary. I wasn't scary, but I wasn't somebody that if you wasn't super close to me that you be one. Yeah,
always cool, Cam. Always, bro.
Yeah, I can keep it cool, but I can also get way out of line. You know what I mean?
I got you.
And I'm gonna still get out of line, but now I'm gonna get out of line with the right people.
Okay.
I'm gonna get out of line about the right things for the most part. I still kind of trip a little bit.
You just learn how to walk away.
Yeah, so for me, I don't ever forget where I came from, because I had to sit down one day and talk to myself and like, yo, that ain't it.
Right. Right.
So it's like, no, I don't regret that.
Right. And you should.
Yeah, like I talk to them all the time. I'm not fucking delete my Twitter.
Right.
If you can't respect, am I lying? If you can't respect the nigga I came from, fuck you.
Right.
Fuck you. No, I deleted one. Cause my homeboy went and like found something like, well, that's aggressive, and I deleted it only because he brought it to my attention. But I told him I'm not deleting my Twitter. Go look it up. I said
I still tweet on Twitter.
I searched some shit.
I've said some fucked up shit.
Wow.
I've said
I can't believe it. They say ATLiens took us in. I can't believe they let us get away with it.
Yeah, I've said a lot of the things.
Twitter in the early years was reckless. Bro.
Yeah, I said a lot of things about a lot of the people you shouldn't say things about 2023 or get canceled. And I hope all those people see it, not because I feel that way today, but because I hope you know that I ain't the same person I am when I said that shit. And so I'm not running from it.
Growth.
I enjoy who I used to be. I enjoy who I'm becoming. So shit like that. That's why I say I fuck with people who kind of align to the things I believe in, and like, no, you can't forget who you were, because that would lead you to be Buckhead. Right. That really what leads you to Buckhead is like that PTSD from once you experience something different than what you came from. Right. You don't want to go back to there again. I'm with that.
Yourself now is because you knew who you was then.
Exactly. Exactly.
Things that I do now, and I know y'all can relate to, is like I wasn't fucking there. Like did then, and now it's like, what was I thinking, bro? Right.
It's growth right there, you know.
So it's just about growth. So just speaking to the growth and of what you wanted to initially set out at, what it turned into. Yeah, man. Let's talk about growth. Is like as far as like going from now you put the what is it, Chanel?
Yeah,
Chanel on the back of the jacket, and now it take flight.
Yeah, man. So
where from there?
So we started with just like, before COVID, I was just, God just blessed me, man. So I ended up doing some jackets for, a couple of members of Goody Mob, right? Put a jacket on Big Boy, Big Gil, and I'm like, it's so weird because come from East Point. Oh, I done made it. You can't tell me nothing. I got a jacket on Sleepy Brown. Love him. He support us, man. And like Big Boy, Goody Mob, Big Gil. I'm like, man, you can't, these are my idols. Point being is, we started there, and so it was just like a little thing, like, okay, little side thing. We're going to do a little couple, whatever, get it out there. And then, you wake up and say, okay, COVID hit, and you got all this free time. And like the one thing I knew that I wasn't ready to like introduce it to the world because I didn't have the infrastructure that really, or the time to really put them out like that and to get them made in the masses. And so when COVID hit, that gave, I got the time.
It's a lot of free time.
And the free time to really focus. And from there, man, it just blew up, right? So, you're talking about just like going from doing a couple a day to hundreds and stuff like that, and then actually having to get the infrastructure together and getting your systems together. And then when you may get a couple something made, getting a couple hundred made, then you got to hire your team and hire your staff. And, and then you go from there to, then, you go out to actually partner with other businesses. So, we've actually been able to partner with like Mohawk Industries. And, this is a guy come from East Point, Georgia, partner with the largest flooring company in the world. Chances are the moment you walk in any room in America, Mohawk Industries made that flooring.
I've been in Lowe's and Home Depot and shit like that.
Bro, and then they so big, they own, because they own the cheap tile and the highest tile in the world.
Of course. You got to hit all the markets.
We going to get you.
They so big. They so big. The $100 tile is Mohawk, and the $5 tile is Mohawk. And so they hit me up like, yo, we need some, and this is crazy. They're like, we need some jackets. I'm like, y'all need jackets? Y'all do floor. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yeah, we got a denim carpet. I'm like, run it. Okay, you know what I'm saying? They got a denim carpet. So their top selling carpet.
That's a rug burn right there.
Like about 5 years ago, or a couple more years ago, was like a denim carpet. And this is like a denim look. And so they said, hey, a couple of the team members already had jackets, and it was like, hey, let's, co-brand this, like put this out together, collaborate. Wow. And I'm like, well, run it. You know what I'm saying? And so, man, it was the staff. A lot of stuff that I've been blessed with is because like a staff member has a jacket that
and they just want that. Yeah.
And that's the thing I was thinking earlier. Black. Yep. I'm like, when you work for these companies, man, a good product, right? Because a good product, and I know it's cliche, but it sells itself.
That's real.
So when you wear it and you wear it to work, and they're like, oh, where you get that from? Okay, boom. Okay, so that's where that came from, man.
Inspiration.
They wore it, and then from there, man, they've gotten so many, and they're in Canada, Chicago, California. Everywhere there's a Mohawk showroom, there is a Humble Beginnings jacket.
That's fire.
That's fire, man. Some motherfucking hand claps, man. Shout out to all the people I know, man. I know some brilliant people, man, that's doing some fire shit out here, man. Shout out to you, bro. Twan, you like you got something. It's like you on the edge of your seat.
No, I'm listening.
Okay,
I'm just,
I ain't know what you
being
got.
Attentive,
Okay. So, speaking to just kind of like you say, like the growing of your company and putting out a good product.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was that something that you had in mind at the beginning, or was that something that kind of just it hit you and like, damn, having a good product is a good thing to have?
So definitely having a good product was something that was at the core, right? Because really for me was having something different and unique, right? That you're not just gonna see walking down the street per se, right? It's something that's just like, okay, the denim on the Chanel is something that it's not, with the city on the back specifically, right? Mm-hmm. And so then it's like, okay, what you stand for as a person, right? We talk about what we stand for from where we come from. And it's like, I got to put a good product out. So when I had the opportunity to grow a little bit more and do Lettermans, I said, well, hell, do I need to give my people regular leather or can I put them in lambskin? You know what I'm saying?
Come on,
I'm
man.
like, shit, let me put lambskin on my folks. But then when you learn the game, it's like, and I ain't, other companies, bigger companies, they tend to put out these $500-$600 jackets, and we don't do that. But I'm putting out a lambskin Letterman, right, under $400 to my people. You know what I'm saying? And to let them rep where they from. So I value that. I value giving them a top quality product. I mean, I'm gonna tell y'all a story. I'm in Cannes, right? In Cannes, France, and I'm in Louis Vuitton, right? And so I got my jacket on, and the dudes in Louis is like, yo, this jacket. I'm like, yeah, man, humble beginnings. You know what I'm saying? And so that was like a moment for me. But yeah, man, that quality is gotta be at the forefront of whatever you put out. So I know people look at it like, okay, they ain't got a whole lot. But man, I promise what we got, man, is quality. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're core.
And again, I speak to quality. It's
quality sell itself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you producing a good product, you gonna get rich because your product is great.
Yeah.
Frank Lucas said it best. I mean, I'm sorry.
Blue Magic.
Sometimes you learn some shit from some wild places.
Yeah.
But a high quality product gonna sell itself, and you don't have to overcharge for the best product.
Right.
And so I only asked you that because I wanted to know. I want people to, because everybody building something.
Yeah, for sure.
And it started at a certain level, but you got to be looking towards putting something out that's a quality product for people, because quality is timeless.
Facts.
Sears is closed down now, but you know about Sears, don't you?
Yeah.
You feel me? You said what? Oh, I thought you said. I thought you had another name or something. Like, bro, you had something else in Birmingham that wasn't Sears. I thought to say, come on. Yeah. So just like when you put out a quality product lasts a long time, and longevity just creates a timeless product. So make sure y'all tap in. Let them know where they can find it at too, bro.
So a brandforthepeople.com. You can catch us online, Instagram, Humble Beginnings USA, TikTok, Humble Beginnings USA, Facebook, Humble Beginnings USA.
What are some of your favorite collabs? Obviously, you talked about the Goody Mob, Big Boy, all them.
So
Mohawk.
Yeah. That's probably one of the, just in terms of companies, the biggest companies, and because they worldwide. But man, some of the best ones, man, have been like Slutty Vegan. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Pinky, you gotta love Pinky, man. Pinky just a grind.
We got one around the street.
Look, she ride the street.
They never open when I drive by.
That's the first one right there.
Is that the first?
That's the first
one.
So
somebody asked me that, and I literally thought the one on Edgewood was the first one.
No,
I lied. That's the first one that's right there. Shout out to that one. Jesus Christ.
That's the only one I've been
It's
to.
open from 12 to 12, man. That's from 12 to 12, Monday through Sunday. Monday through Saturday, right?
Yep.
That shit look closed every time I drive by.
That's good to go in there.
Okay.
12 to 12. And they shit fire.
I would have went there and said American Deli today.
And it's actually affordable. People don't even get that. It's actually affordable. I go in there, spend me my normal $15. You go get a good meal and some fries.
I support them. I don't go to Slutty Vegan, but I be at Bar Vegan all the time. Shout out my boy Ray.
We love our boy Ray.
Shout out my boy Ray. That's Ray. Shout out my boy Ray.
Yeah.
But let's not.
It's in Ponce. We're going to pull up.
Ponce. Top floor Ponce, man.
Yeah.
But back on you, your collaboration.
So man, she put the call out like a year ago, and she was like, she wanted the black-owned brands. And so, going back to, just taking the initiative, right? And like just going on that leap, right? And so like I had like, okay, because our stuff take a little bit of time to get made, going back to the quality. And I'm like, well, let me get something made for specifically, something that's unique, right? So I got a Letterman made with her logo on the back and stuff like that. Even when she got it, she's like, how did you get my logo? I'm like, come on, I'm a new. Because, she a Delta, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, come on, I'm gonna figure that out now. But, quickly, so just, delivered it to her, right? And, gave her the presentation of it. And she loved it, man. And from there, every employee at Slutty Vegan, when they get 3 years in, they get a Slutty Vegan.
That's
humble
fire.
beginning.
Hold on, bro. Hold on, man. That's crazy.
Unbelievable.
That's crazy.
That's crazy though. That's dope.
Like, that's really dope as fuck. Like, I'm not even capping right there. Keep going, though, bro.
Yeah, I'm tired of my company giving Echo Dots at the 5.
Nigga, I get one of them at the 3 year. I'm locked in. That's part of the benefits package? Okay.
Right. I get this Letterman, right? So, I appreciate it, man. So, man, they're good people, man. Black led, and she killing it, man. So that was dope. And then we did another one with Crystals, and Crystals, they same situation as Mohawk. They had an employee, had a jacket, like works in the marketing department, right? Works in the branding department. Where
Good
to
placement
work,
right there.
Where to work, and then they're like, "Yo, we want to get these jackets for when we release this new side chick, right?" So they came out with the whole side chick marketing rollout. That was Ray J.
No, who's the girl?
Oh yeah, it was your girl. What's your girl from? Dang, come on, man.
Who's the side chick? She was on the pod.
Yeah, she like number one side chick.
On what?
You know who I'm talking about? The side chick, bro.
On this pod?
Brittany Renner. That's her.
I'm about to say, we ain't had no side chicks on here
Brittany
yet.
Renner was a part of the release, right? And so
swag.
You had 2 Chainz, Brittany Renner. They all got jackets. I don't know what, tell Brittany to put it on, but she got one, right? So, you know what I'm saying? So, Brittany Renner got her own little humble Guinness Crystal jacket, but we did a big release at the 14th Street Crystals, and Ray J was there, and so we
shout out Ray J, a legend.
So that was
Carson Legend. Carson Legend from the house.
Yeah, he's so funny, man. I mean, he's so funny, but he's so cool, so down to earth, man. He got a good team. So that was one of our first collabs, you know what I'm saying, in like those big companies. But then we also did General Motors, right? So we have, I'm like, man, what General Motors like? What can we, But they wanted some shirts. But I like that, JD, because like it's so crazy because I never would have dreamed this, right? I never would have dreamed to partner with these Fortune 500 companies and stuff like that. And then right. GM helped build this. They helped protect this country, right? When you talk about they built, all the stuff doing wars and military shit. So with that being said, it's just a blessing too, because I always think about it bigger, right? I'm humble beginnings, right? But what about that next company, the next black boy or black girl?
Shout out.
Got something that they want to do, and then now because we did it right, they get the opportunity. They don't get shunned at because they couldn't somebody else didn't deliver. You know what I'm saying? So it's always that weight that's on me sometimes, and I don't, but it's like you can't fuck this up because you're fucking it up deeper than you. You know what I'm saying?
I fuck with this shit he talking about right now.
That's the same shit with the gentrification shit.
But yeah, because I've been talking about black
so
businesses. It's incumbent on, because you were talking about how Barney's doing. It's like, it's incumbent for these black businesses to come out and excel.
Yeah.
So that people don't get this idea, because we'll take disrespect from Walmart every fucking day.
Right.
But you can't sell me
and then you go into a black-owned,
You can't sell me a $70 Gildan shirt, bro. Put some time in your shit.
That's a part of it.
Kanye got me like that a few times.
That's one. That's creating a quality product.
Right.
But a lot of the times we go into these establishments and we want them to work like Fortune 500 companies.
Right.
And they don't have the infrastructure too.
Right.
They're creating a quality product, but you may not get the best service you want. You may not get the best of this, and you just fuck them. So shout out to the companies that give you that full package. That's what I wanted to come out. That's why I never like to overshoot what I'm capable of.
Yeah.
Because the minute you do that, you get them that opportunity to say, see? And I'm not with that.
Man,
so shout out to the people who fucking going crazy and not giving them that opportunity. I'm over, huh?
It's not real.
Yeah, that's why I pull them off, man. So shout out to you.
You know I listen to the podcast with headphones on.
That shit loud. Yeah, I love it. That's good sound quality though. You know what I mean? When you,
keep your headphones on next time.
I know. That's why I be turning me down sometimes. Like, damn, I'm loud. But fuck it. I mean, you got to get it. But yeah, any of y'all got anything for we go crazy? We about to go crazy. I want to give my
boy his flowers real quick.
Oh, for sure, big time.
From the moment I stepped foot at Tuskegee, bro, you were one of the niggas that.
Come get a mic, man.
It's fine.
The people need to hear this. Come on.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
I'm on camera. I'm not gorgeous right
Okay.
I'm not gorgeous right now.
Let's keep going on this whole soliloquy, bro. Bad mood, good mood, up, down. Every time I saw you, bro, you always gave it up. You were very approachable. And I appreciate that from you, bro, because niggas who tend to be creme de la creme niggas, which you are, tend to probably kind of try to hold their nuts on niggas. And I ain't no scrub.
Yeah.
But you never did that to me.
Shout out to Donna for that for sure.
Appreciate it, bro.
We always, I told Donald I ain't never seen him in a bad mood. I could never tell you how he felt about me because he never, it's like, I see him, y'all, you know what I mean? I know who I am, a handful, but it's like, you see Donald was always love.
Every time he see you, it seems like he ain't seen you in a year.
Yeah. So shout out to people like that. You got to give folks like that they flowers.
Yeah, appreciate it,
And speaking of flowers, Skiggy giving out their flowers was it October?
Oh, yeah.
November? When is the season this year?
Homecoming's what? October 14th?
Yeah.
October season, you feel me? Sometimes it's November, sometimes it's October.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
It's gonna be a lit season, man.
It's October. It's gonna be a little warmer than normal.
Right.
Maybe.
Shut your ass up, man.
Global
It's gonna
warming
be
is crazy.
Shut up. I like warm homecomings.
Oh, you like? I like cold homecoming.
I like
Oh
cold
God.
I
homecoming.
like warm homecoming.
I like a cold homecoming.
I like shorts.
Oh man.
When your birthday?
September 4th.
Going to November, bro. I love layers, bro. Like,
Facts,
I
bro.
wanna throw that shit
Layers.
I
man.
just
Throw that
appreciate a
shit
cold
on.
homecoming.
When you were born?
know what I'm saying?
November 19th, damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
I love
September
that
30th,
layers.
man.
I love that layers.
You on the wrong end of September.
But I'm from West Coast, so I'm used
Where
to
you
warm
at?
weather all the
You
time.
Yeah, you like warm
We don't
homecomings,
care
right?
when it is.
Yeah, I think it's.
They're going to have
Yeah, they gon'.
regardless. I just want that.
Well, we're
That's
gonna
right.
theorize this right now. You like your homecomings based on when you were born.
Okay.
That is
I
a new.
think that's true.
That's a new science.
We just figured it out.
It's here.
Fall, my nigga. You ever had a
The fall is still kind of warm
Nah.
in the South. You from Birmingham?
My mama and my dad was fucking on Valentine's.
Leave me alone.
I was consent.
Leave me alone.
Just do the math. Now I ain't 2
I did the math too. I don't want to talk about my parents' math on air right
man.
now. I leave my parents' math out of it.
I just like the cold time. I like the
I hate the cold, man.
I like to layer myself too, man.
I like layers, but I just don't like it at homecoming because I like to have a good time.
You just want to kick it.
But
Yeah, I
you're
wanna
gonna be
keep-
drinking, you're gonna be good. You don't
I
want
don't
to be
drink
hot
like that no more.
and drink.
This the most I'm gonna
And
drink
that's what it
this
is.
year.
Right.
Because you're gonna warm up
No.
off
You
the
want
lick
that
regardless.
brisk- I want that brisk breeze.
Yeah, I need to cool down.
I said brisk.
That's your breeze ass. You
Hey,
got a
man.
breeze all year in
They clone
California.
Tyrone, man.
I'm in the South now, though.
These black folks using brisk.
So let's talk about homecoming though, man. We got TUHC this year, man.
Yeah.
We got obviously, is it below the shed, right?
Under the shit.
Under the shed. I'm a
Under,
little lit.
below.
I'm a little lit. Sorry,
We at the
guys.
bank.
Under this, it's still the same. It's a
It's
synonym.
not. It's not. Get it right.
It's a-
Under the shade.
Under the shed. Oh, I'm here.
below the shed at Tuskegee.
Might have dropped my
Please
phone
stop.
down there.
Please
Had
stop.
to go get it.
Yeah, please stop. Don't do me like
You
that.
know what? I have seen that because then you can go under there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what's under there though.
Some bullshit.
Probably. Booker.
Some
We might
bullshit.
need to go below the shed.
You got George Washington carving peanuts down there, man.
Hold on.
That's why he don't got a mic, because he wilding back there.
Yeah, he wild. I can't mute him, but I got to
We
mute
for sure
him.
got to get a fucking JD mic going.
It's coming.
for sure gotta get a
he
JD
coming.
mic
I've already
coming.
talked to him about this, but
Oh man.
we got under the shed.
Yep.
It's a under the shed is not the name of the party, but the curators
Right.
are the same, and they've been there for a long time.
Yep.
Since we were in school almost.
Yeah.
And I graduated in 08. You graduated in 09. Well, no, I graduated in 09.
Nigga, no.
We not great.
You
We not.
graduated high school 08, but
I've been drinking too much.
Our ski year was
12, 13. Yeah. So you've been doing it a long time. I'm dating myself, but you've been doing it a long time.
When I think back at how long it's scary, well, we ain't got to put time. But yeah, so the very year I graduated, right, I threw a homecoming party, right?
Yeah.
And now here we are, umpteen years later.
Right,
still-
2023.
Still on it. And I'm like, wow.
Right.
Right.
So talk to me. It's a lot going on in the scene. You know,
Yeah.
ski type.
Yeah,
You know
facts,
it is.
facts.
Big ass family.
Yeah, so we got
a little messy.
You got 3 parties out there. I heard.
Sibling
I think a 4th one just popped up.
Maybe so, but we got 3 confirmed.
3, right?
We got the official old heads because you've been here, like you said, you graduated and you threw a party,
right?
So you been a part of ushering in a new wave, but now you got some competition,
right? I mean,
tell me how you feel about the competition. Is it there, and how do you feel about the homecoming experience and what the people want?
So as a person, I'm all hey, I never really competition is good, right?
That's facts.
Competition is good. It makes everybody better, right? If Nike ain't got a Reebok or whoever else, they gonna rest on their laurels. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't resting on no laurels, right? Donald Trump ain't never resting on no laurels. I always got
let him go.
He said it.
He said it what I was saying.
Hey, Reebok was strategic in there. That's funny.
That's what I'm saying. Relax here.
Reebok make millions. So but
That's his Iverson.
We want
y'all gotta let my man cook.
I'm trying to get him Look, man. Look, we really want, because the Tuskegee gets love, y'all. We want them to be successful, right? And we're definitely going to be, right? So, but at the end of the day, it's a different eras, right? As everybody grows, more people matriculate out of Tuskegee. So, they pull their dynamic, we'll pull ours. But again, like you said, right? We got a history of doing this, right? And I think history is the best decision maker of anything, is that track record, right? People know what they get when they gonna go to a party I promote, right? Not just because I promoted here, but Soul In, Club Extreme, right? In the West Commons, right?
We remember those days, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro said West Commons.
He said he threw a homecoming party when he graduated, but he ain't talk about the shit he did before.
I remember getting billboards made in the vet center. You know what I'm saying? People didn't know about that, but being creative. You know what I'm saying? So doing it. Bro, I'm gonna be honest. Mr. Howard didn't let nobody do a graduation party. Why? Because it's guaranteed money. It's guaranteed money. He don't gotta let you get 20-30% of that, right? But because of the work, he was able to let me get that. R.I.P. Mr. Howard, man. Let Miss Carter. I'm sorry, Miss Carter. So, that's what it's about. It's about that work and doing that work and having that track record and creating that experience, right? Which cultivates into a homecoming experience. So, let's talk. So, even before the party last year, people saw the party. They don't know. Even before the party, I had a pre-party at the house, right? Yeah. Cater food, police escort to the damn party.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, for me, it's about experiences. It's about, people having a good time. And that's what Under the Shed is about. So we want them to do their thing, and we're going to definitely do our thing. It's all in the name of Tuskegee, man.
Okay. And so I just got it. The elephant, there's no longer the elephant in the room.
Right.
Last year, right?
Right.
Everybody talk about it. Can't let people off the hook about it. We got to talk about it, right?
Bring it. Come on, man.
We got to talk about it. Last year happened.
Yeah.
Experience. Me, I was turned up. Yeah. I didn't have the same experience, but a lot of people was unhappy with the party last year. Right. We had Archie on a few shows ago. Right. You obviously you break bread with Archie.
Yeah.
Tell me what your experience was with that. I guess your thought process of kind of what went wrong there and what y'all gonna do better this year to make sure that don't happen.
So we'll attack it from all the levels, right? Man, just like anybody, I'm still alum, so I'm still enjoying the hell out of the party. Thanks. And I look around and I'm looking at my friends, like I'm looking at the street over there. Next, she ain't got no goddamn bottle. She ain't got no drinks yet. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck going on. We didn't turn. She like, she looked at me like, I'm gonna kill you. And I'm like, bro, I'm like, waitress, let's get her straight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the waitress. The waitress is slaving. Like, she really is doing her best to do it. Man, so, okay, good point, JD. We brought in another 50 sections, maybe more, that morning, y'all, right? The day before, in that morning. So when you talk about the schematics of a room and if you a waitress moving around a room, getting your bottles, moving your, really just serving. Imagine somebody let's do it right now. You live in your neighborhood, somebody put 30 roadblocks around your neighborhood. Thanks. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how to get around that.
Sections in the middle was tough to get to.
In cars. So I'm not. Yeah. I'm not asking for an excuse. I'm just saying the context of what was going on. Because even for me, I'm like, man, what is going on? So you had that. You had some little stuff with the pricing because when we added so many sections, we had to maneuver and stuff like that. So with all being said, we acknowledge it. We recognize people received the wrong. Those people, we even put somebody just over. We put somebody direct job is to handle the people that were not happy last year. That's their one damn job. Right? It's to contact them people who got sections last year and say, you know what, how do we fix this? How do we make this better?
I like that.
And then how do we do better for this year? That's their
Come
one
on,
damn
man.
job.
That's good customer service for sure.
Yeah, that's HR. Like a
You gotta
motherfucker.
acknowledge your fuck up.
Yeah, you got to. And because it's a family. Bro, you don't want your sister mad at you.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even feel right when she's like, well, Donna, you know your party fucked me over. I'm like, oh, come on, man.
Get street of her bottles, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. It ain't.
Homecoming.
Yeah.
It's
Everybody
us.
know each other. We talking about bottles. Like, really, I want to lose a friendship because of a bottle?
What we just shared so many bottles with each other.
Right. So, like you said, man, we recognize that there was some flaws there, and we recognize that we got to do more to right it, right? And so this year is going to be less about, just that let's call it that dollar value, and more about, making sure people have a good experience and a good time. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, man, we all look at Tuskegee like it's a family over anything. You know what I'm saying? That's what Tuskegee is, man.
Let me ask you a question.
What's up?
Party culture that we got now since we got section culture.
Yeah.
You ever thought about, and I know this is going to go against the bottom line.
Yeah, what's up? Okay.
But you ever thought about limiting the sections and
Bring it back to dance floor.
party, bro?
So I'm gonna tell you how bad it is for me right now. And JD, you gonna go? You talk.
I was looking
about
at
this
Soul
earlier than
Inn
me.
pictures yesterday with my dad, man. It's
Yeah.
pictures of me in the Soul Inn like this.
Like that.
And
Shirt up.
but they don't do that no more. It's section
Yeah,
culture.
yeah.
It's a little different.
You got to sell real estate, bro.
But yeah.
What you feel about that, though?
Man, so this is probably like 5 years from now, right? And okay. But now, seriously, I want to do like open bar, right? Open, you come, open bar, you come, you drink, you have a good time. Bumper section, right? Because we'll all be at that.
That's really what it's about.
Where you just really come and vibe.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
Vibe.
And look, the whole team gonna be looking at this like, don't know what the hell wrong with you. But but with that being said, like that is where we are in a couple more years. We at a place where, we just, because we ain't getting sections at that. We just really vibing. You know what I'm saying? And really, I think too, let's be clear, Atlanta and all these other schools look at us as that leadership role. We may not know it, but they look at our homecoming experience.
We go crazy.
Tone, right?
Right.
And so
That was a fucking
I think
loser.
We like first this year, right?
Yeah.
We first out
We
the-
We
early.
like that.
Yeah. So we got to create that experience that, may not be as many sections, but more about the experience, more about the delivery, and more about just really having a good time.
Shout out.
That's what I want.
That's what we need.
We're gonna have a good time regardless.
We gonna have a good time.
I have a good time regardless because I don't participate in the section.
Yeah, I'm
during
about
that
my
party.
family. Like I'm really happy to be
It's a
there.
family affair. I'm
If we
taking laps
if
in
we
that party.
chilling and we having, y'all five. We gonna get it in at that time. I'm gonna move around. I'm gonna see 5 more people. I know we gonna talk about the things, and we gonna get
That's
it
what it was.
in.
It's me, you, and Marcio taking laps in the bank.
What?
last year. We was
Come
in that
on,
bitch
man.
taking
We was in
laps.
it. Man, what? My knees was hurting, but I had such a good time. So I want you to, I want you to know. And I actually was in the bank. Me and Mike was in the bank like a week ago. It was like another event happened. It was like I seen it in the daytime. It's totally different.
Oh, yeah.
But I just want you to know from like a person who did have a great time.
Yeah.
Don't forget the motherfuckers who had a time of their life. Obviously,
have a good time.
shout out to the people who didn't have a time of their life, and you gotta fix that. But
Some people did have a good time.
yeah.
I think it was all bad.
It was.
It
was.
was not all bad.
So we.
I had a blast, my nigga.
What's up?
Homecoming.
Right.
It's the whole experience.
No,
It-
just being on, like, that first homecoming, they allowed people to
Oh,
see
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
It was beautiful.
But it was. I had a great time.
Yeah,
boy.
yeah.
Beautiful, bro.
Can't wait.
Let's get off the hinges though. Can't wait. What we got here? Where we want to start? Aliens. What's going on with aliens?
They found something, right?
They've been telling us about aliens and shit, but I don't believe that type of shit.
I believe
it's
that
not
shit.
aliens, but why are you telling me about aliens today?
The dude testified in front of the Congress and said, they found some alien life.
But
form.
why today?
I mean, they probably.
What you
always been.
distracted me from? Why you? Because
That's my
they weren't
thing. I'm
acknowledging
always-
aliens until Trump was in office. But why now? If y'all been had, I seen Independence Day, my nigga. So I know they been had aliens out here.
Right.
But why today? What are you trying to distract me with?
I'm with you there. I do believe aliens exist, but why today? Why are you talking to me about this today?
Why is it something you rolling out now?
Some shit finna happen.
When niggas vote again? Next year.
The minute shit like that coming, I'd really be starting to look at my camera like, what's happening here? So you believe in the smoke screen? Do you believe in smoke screens?
Man, I believe it's aliens.
I'm not saying it's not aliens.
It's some aliens out here.
Will Smith, let's get it together. Let's go ahead and start shooting.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
nah, man, it is some smoke screens too with it, but I think that it's some truth to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe there's some real aliens out there, but they on some what do you think?
JD on it.
Okay. ATLiens. You know what I mean?
Hey, it's some starships on Bankhead.
Give me your top, and this stuff off the cuff. So give me your top 5 ATLiens, dead or alive. ATL got a lot of.
Not even rappers, just period.
Anybody.
Dang, that's gonna be deep, bro.
Yeah.
We gonna hold.
No order. Just go crazy.
MLK is ATLian, right? Because
absolutely.
Okay.
You got his name Alabama, bro.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. See, so
you got one Alabama nigga in the room. Don't worry about it.
You know, they ain't top 5, bro.
Roll top.
You got man, H.E. Holmes, what he did. You know what I'm saying? First black attorneys, and all the work he did. As well as we got to go, you know, Outkast that'll take up 2 big.
That's one. Oh,
Outkast.
I'll give you one for that one.
You know, let's see, man. You got to pay homage to, you got to pay homage to what got us here today. I got 2 more left. You got, man, it's so many leaders here that have paid.
Tough choice, I know.
Man, it's tough, man. But let's say, outside of H.E. Holmes and what he did, you got Maynard Jackson, what he stood for as well, and also, man, just being, one of the first female, mayors of Atlanta, Shirley Franklin. So, a lot of blacks, actually did what they could to bring us here today, and they did a lot of work, man. And I know I didn't go all the way hip hop with it, but that scene is still strong, man.
That's important though, that people know that, because I mean, obviously number one in hip hop, in hip hop right now, that's clear cut.
Yeah.
But let people know this other shit going down here.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm from here now, so that's why I be talking like this, with my chest like this.
Right. That's right. That's right.
I've never been from New Orleans.
You gotta start rooting for the Saints if you want to be anything.
No, I'm not. That's not. Stop. We're going to move on. We're moving on. I'm not rooting for the Falcons.
We got to drop an honorable mention, man.
I never root for an Atlanta sports team either.
Hold on. We got an honorable mention here.
I was going to say, so Matt Wilborn, man, he's one of the black millionaires out of the airport, man, and what he does for the culture and for, behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? As far as, being one. Matter of fact, his Popeyes is the highest grossing Popeyes in the USA. You know
okay.
And that's in the Atlanta airport. So it's so much success and it's so much black success that people really don't know about in Atlanta. And you got people that care about us, right? And it's crazy to say it sound corny a little bit, but you got people that care about niggas that they don't even see. Matt, one of those guys that care about the little kid up the street. The outcome of that. Yeah. So that's real, man. So got to shout him out.
Okay.
So what ain't Atlanta?
Yeah, so that's what people want to know. I'm ready. We talked about it early.
I live in Snellville.
What things do Donald Jumper consider not Atlanta? Because your reach obviously extends a little further than I'm ready.
Yeah, I would say where you get into see, and then, this is me, right? So when you talk about Cobb, they'll say they are, but Snellville, McDonough ain't trying to be Atlanta.
Right.
Come on
now,
that's it.
Yeah. But those outer lands, they're not trying to be Atlanta, man. And they not, they're not Atlanta. But I do consider, like we said earlier, man, these places like East Point, College Park, Union City, even Clayco. Clayco can stand on his own, right? You can't tell Lotto she ain't Atlanta. Come on now. But at the same time, those representations and that culture, because we got to put it in context too, a little deeper, right? Who in Clayco right now? Everybody was in Bowen Homes 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And over there, right? Because everybody moved out.
Moved over there.
They shut it down. So you got to understand what you're saying when you say that, right? And who the people are. Because it wasn't number of white folks out there, 20, 30 years ago. Hell, 40 years ago, it didn't exist. You know what I'm saying? So it's the historical piece. So, but yeah, when you get those outer barriers, not Atlanta, they're not trying to be Atlanta, but then don't exclude those East Point College. That's where I'm from. Because you take Outkast out of the equation, what is Atlanta? Like I said earlier. You know, shouts out to the dog.
I lived in Riverdale for a little bit. I'm never going back. I used to live on Highway 85.
Way to finish that off.
Look, that's Walker right there. Riverdale.
I used to live on Highway 85, man. I used to see somebody pulled over by the police every day. It just was not good energy, my G. But I moved into the city. I moved into Bankhead.
Yeah, Bankhead.
I was right there in the corner of North and North Side off Dalvigny.
Wow. So you was right there.
I was in the mix. And now, you know, I just moved up a little bit, Upper West Side. That's what they call it now, in the Bolton area.
That? Yeah.
And then I lived in Campbellton area.
Okay.
And I lived in Ellenwood over there by Cedar Grove. So I've been in black areas since I've been in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I'm not going out. I want to stay in the perimeter.
Upper West Side. But
that shit was nothing. That shit is new now.
It was a ghost town.
That's facts.
So last thing we leave you with, I want you to shout out the home team. Obviously, I don't like what you finna say.
Yeah.
And then just kind of tell people kind of just where you think Atlanta's going to be as a city in the next 10 years.
Man, so home team, man, Atlanta Falcons, Atlanta Hawks, you know, Braves. But you see this just a hand. You know, I'm ATL through and through with the teams.
Suck.
And, you know, Atlanta, where's it going to be in 10 years, man? So I think that depends on what we talked about earlier and the actions of our people.
That's facts.
Because if the actions of us are in line with what we want to see, then Atlanta's going to be a black city where we thrive, where we can create wealth and create generational wealth and legacy and actually build on top of what our ancestors, you know, already paved the way for us. You know, however, we don't do the work, right, then there'll be a place that looks like, you know, a New York where, you know, you can't live, you can't afford to live there, you can't afford to be in the city, you can't afford to do that. So, again, like we said, get involved, right, vote, you know, talk to your legislators, and really, you know what I'm saying, just really, you know, if you got the capital, you know, buy in your neighborhoods, buy in the black community. Don't just run a Cobb or run a McDonald, you know, get in the city. Because at the end of the day, that Atlanta that we love right now, it won't be that way. You know what I'm saying? Because the first thing some of them gonna do, they're gonna tear down your studios, your clubs and stuff like that. And even where some people make money. So you got to fight for that. You know.
I got to give Atlanta some credit though. Like I said, I'm from the West Coast.
Yeah.
The city don't look like us
right.
in these cities. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Atlanta, you come to Atlanta, it look like us. Like my mother in town, my father in town this weekend. And they love coming here because it's like we see us.
Right.
And we not just see us like, you know, doing nigga shit. It's like we see us prevalent doing crazy shit. So celebrate what we doing. Celebrate how we growing. You know what I'm saying? We buying in our neighborhoods and we going to continue to grow.
Right.
You know, we new to acting like this, but Atlanta is a type of city that we could duplicate across the country. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? Houston is like that too. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We can keep growing and keep being strong black people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We new to the party, but you know, we come in wreck shop when we come to these
stay for a long
you know
time, man.
We're still behind the 8 ball. We got to learn to love each other. We've been able to vote for 58 years.
You know, we were taught to be against each other, though. There's a crab in the barrel, and this social media area is really
showing us,
you know, it's showing some connection.
I'm gonna say I like your shoes, or try to step on your shoes, or just
right. It's just a little more love going out there. But you know, sit down. You know, shout out to you coming on the show. Shout out to you giving us some time, man. We coming to an end, man. But man, we had a ball. I don't know about the rest of these guys, but this was
learned a lot.
Yeah.
I thought we was gonna get on that Ice Spice, man.
Man, we been going crazy. We gotta shut it down here, man.
She in my mood.
Yeah, we in our mood though. You know, shout out to Ice Spice, the most overrated artist out right now.
Ooh,
I'm just kidding.
Take right there.
But HasBeens Podcast, man, we had Donald in the
Y'all
building.
like her music?
We got Mike Twan in the building. What we watching?
What TV shows?
Oh man, I got a good one.
Watch that Steph Curry shit on Apple TV. This shit hard. I cried.
Underrated.
Hijack. Apple TV.
Got it.
I've been hearing about that. That's what Idris Elba. Huh?
What you got? Swagger. Apple TV booming.
Apple TV is killing
What you got, Twan?
I just watched season 2 of Bel Air. That's pretty good. That shit was pretty good. That shit was pretty good. And she not an airhead. She's smart. I kind of didn't like how it ended.
What
Shout
you
out to my
got,
nigga
JD?
Jazz. But, you know, Bel Air.
What you got, Jay? I mean, JD.
He called him.
My fault.
Keep it on Apple TV, the Carter Room.
The Carter Room.
It's Tom Holland, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Let's get it, man. Make sure y'all. What's up?
That lioness, your boy Tyler Sheridan did Yellowstone. He can't miss right now. He's on fire.
He on fire?
Bro, he's on fire. Lioness.
Where that's at?
Paramount. Lioness.
What is it on?
It's on Paramount.
On Paramount. Make sure y'all lock in with that, man. HasBeens Pod, man. Donald, appreciate you for coming in, bro. Love that, man. Twan, Mike, JD in the building, man. Can't will we out.
Peace.